Why are we in the water today? Because the Disco 2 needs a new water pump. We're gonna replace the water pump and the thermostat on the Disco. I watched 2 videos. One was 9 minutes long on replacing the water pump. The other was 3 minutes long talking about replacing the thermostat. So this should be done in 12 minutes. So I'll probably spend 12 minutes looking for stuff I swear I just had in my hand, like a physical screwdriver. We gotta get to the fan, and to get to that, you have to remove this fan shroud, which is just 4 Phillips head screws, and you gotta pull this out of this groove. The screws aren't like real screws, they're like little latchy-doos, so you just enough to undo them and then they pop up. And now we got to get off the fan. This is the only tool I had to order for this. You have to have one of these fan wrenches. Pretty sure this uses a 36. The guy said it's a right-handed thread, which I think just means oh, that's easy. He had to hit it with a little hammer to get it going. Oh yeah, look, it's just spinning. The nut was right there. Lefty loosey. Fall on the ground. I told you. Oh yeah, he said make sure you don't dent the radiator. Look at that little fanny do. The water pump is behind yonder. So this pulley has to come off to get to the water pump, and you have to undo these 3 screws. You should break them loose before you take off this belt. It's just a 10. If you take the belt off first, Jesus, I just scratched my, if you don't take this off first, it's hard to get those loose because that piece is moving. Make sure you know which way the belt goes. That's a little shroud. I'm gonna take that shroud off. It's like it's just a 10. What just fell? Everybody needs one of these. Love you, Alex. It's just a little thing on the back of that. It's like a spacer. Over, outside, on top of, below, outside, under, over, around, and back. That's not too complicated. I think I can remember that. Next, you have to loosen the thing, keeping tension on the belt, which I'm pretty sure is this one. So we're gonna put it on a, this thingy, see if it moves. It does. Get it off of something. There we go. That's probably good enough. Oh, let's just take it off. Okay, now I get the rest of this thing off. Now let's look at the water pump. I, of course, got the cheapest water pump China could provide. There's the gaskets. Okay, there's 2 bolts on here that he said lead directly into the radiator. And I'm pretty sure it's these 2. It's either these 2 or these 2. And if you undo those 2, you can drain the radiator from there. These 2 bolts, which I'll show you. Why is it so hard to show where stuff is? It's these 2 bolts. These 2 bolts are 7/16. The rest of them are 10 millimeter, which I don't know why. That's a 10 also. What the hell? Maybe it is this one down here. Let's see if I can put my impact on it, because why not? Since these are different, I'm gonna stick them into the thing they go into as I take them off. Nothing has leaked out fluid yet. Oh, that one did. So this one, you can see it dripping out fluid. This bolt. Let's just keep taking out bolts in. I got a pan underneath there. I'll show you if my placement worked. Probably not. Hard to get to 10. All right, guys, I think you can see what I'm doing. Also, this will make sure I actually get them all out before I start trying to rip the thing off of here. Because those were both that funky size, and this is the one that drained. I have all bolts out. Let's see if this thing pulls out of here. It's right there, right behind the mass airflow sensor. Oh, it's still got a hose on it. The hose is flexible though, so it should come off. Oh God. I thought I was doing so well. All right, that was my fault. If I had had a shorter bucket, it'd have worked. All right, there's just a C-clamp holding on that, or a pipe clamp holding on that pipe. Guys, you just have to imagine me undoing a C-clamp. It's magical. Pipe clamp. I don't know, I keep calling it a C-clamp. Ta-da! Before we put that back in, let's go ahead and change the thermostat, which is this little bulbous thing right here. The one I have, again, is from China. It's the same look and has the same holding brackets and stuff. Actually, that one doesn't have holding brackets. Oh well, it looks the same, except it's different. Got it? So we're just gonna go and change that. We're gonna stick my flashlight. All right, 1 loose pipe clamp. Let's pull you up there. This is definitely taking long enough. I forgot how that belt goes back on. 2. Tore another glove. Oh, that one uses a different, oh my God, everything is different. One moment, the bottom one is something you have to squeeze. You guys don't get to watch this because I'm trying not to lose all the coin on my garage floor. Oh my God, somehow I got that. I don't even, where did I put the thing? So that's what just came out of it. Lots of grunting. And then you put the two clamps back into place. I think I got it. So this is what I just took out. It has 3 pipes, 1 at the bottom, 2 at the top, and it's right here. Top one, side one, and the bottom one down there. See there's 2 little metal tabs at the bottom of the black thing? That's what I pinched with this. You pinch them together and then that loosens it. And now I need to get in there with a razor blade and see all that pinkish black stuff? I gotta clean all that off. That's the old gasket. Once the old gasket's off of there, I can put shiny new goodness on. Oh, look at that angle. Let's see if we can light this up. Ah. And just so you guys know, the 9-minute guy, he showed cleaning off the surface on a bench top. So that's not really fair. I was trying to reposition the camera and my expensive legit streetcar light just fell into the bucket of coolant. And look, it still works. So there's a good reason to go buy one. This is awful. I'm not gonna be able to record this. Just imagine me taking that and scraping all that shit away. I got that bullshit clean as I'm gonna get it. It took me about 20 minutes. I used the razor blade at the end, but like this little scraper worked a lot better because I could actually get freaking leverage on it. This is the gasket. The dude said to get the spray on gasket stuff, but all I found is this. And you're supposed to, you put it on there and it's supposed to get tacky. All right, so let me stick some of this stuff on there. Maybe I can convince myself the orange stuff that I was scraping off of there was not head gasket sealer, but some version of this stuff that the previous person put on there. Then even coating on that. Again, this isn't the sealer. This is just so the seal sticks on here and doesn't fall apart as I'm trying to shove it into the thing. Give that a few minutes. Then I stuck all the bolts in here. I'm gonna reach down in here. I'm gonna put the hose back in the thing. I'm gonna rotate. I'm gonna grab 2 of these top bolts, stick that through there, which will hopefully hold everything into place. Now I'll start twisty doodle. I'm gonna put the rest of the bolts in based on my diagram. There's still one more top one. The long ones are the 7/8. With that in there, I'm just gonna go around and tighten these down. I don't know the torque setting, so I'm just gonna go Jason strength, which isn't that strong. And the guy said kind of go an out from inwards pattern. So I'm gonna do these long ones first, because that's kind of starting the star pattern. And then let's grab the tins, click. And my pin light still works after dropping it in that goo. Those are really good little lights. If anybody orders one from Legit Street Cars because they saw it on my channel, just leave in the comment, Skippy Rock loves you, Alex. I don't want anything from Alex. I don't need any sponsorship. Just want him to know I love him. All right, now I need to get this hose clamp back on. All that is back together. I gotta put the fan on. I'm gonna try to clean that up a bit before I put the fan back on. Now we can just get this started. I knew this part was gonna be a pain in the ass. Got it. Yeah, see how that spins around? If you try to, that's why you loosen it with the belt on. Speaking of which, can we get the belt back on? Breaker, breaker. Down, over, in, over. So anything with teeth, the teeth side touches. Anything smooth, the smooth side touches. Smooth side, teeth side. All right, that looks good. Let's tighten those little bolty doos. You gotta grunt every time. Fan! There's a little rubber cover. So you can just spin it off, but you can't. There's probably a clutch in it. I have a meeting at 4. What time is it? Well, I missed the meeting. I'm terrible at real world stuff. I'm not real great at car stuff either. Let's finish getting this tight. Come on, any second. Oh, there we go. There we go. Should have tried that earlier. Before we do the final step and get the shroud cover on, I gotta go get a funnel so I can fill up the radiator fluid. Then we can make sure there's no leaks underneath there. You guys, if you decide to buy one of those legit streetcar pin lights, I'm serious about leaving a comment that you got it because of Skippy Rock. You don't have to tell Alex I love him. I mean, I don't just randomly buy all of his products just so I can feel a little bit closer to him like some crazy stalker or anything. Let's get that fluid filled up. A completely empty Series 2 Disco can hold 3 gallons or roughly 12 liters of coolant fluid. Hopefully I didn't lose all mine, so I got a gallon container of coolant which you mix with a gallon of distilled water. After pouring some initial fluid in, I removed this little bleeder screw on the top of the pipes that go across the alternator, turned the car on, and ran the car until fluid bubbled out of that hole which you saw. Then I tightened the screw back on and just kept adding fluid as it was running, just checking around that fan to make sure none of the fluid was spewing out. I let the car run with the heater on full blast until hot air blew out of the vents. Then I drove the vehicle around, let it sit and cool overnight, topped up the coolant, and it seemed to be good to go. After the change of both the water pump and thermostat, I have had no problem keeping the car at temperature, and it hasn't leaked fluid all over my yard, so win-win.